I don't believe in any politician. I know them too well. I just don't. I mean, I think some are way better than others. Some are just flat out awful. And some are, nice people. I know I'm friends with like two of them after a lifetime of covering them. No, they're weird. I mean,
It's always hilarious to watch anybody in Tucker Carlson's position to pretend like they just don't like politicians and they just don't like the system. Donald Trump ran on that. That was his whole image, even though he's been a large donor to political parties his whole life because he's wealthy and he used to brag about it. But for Tucker Carlson to say, oh, politicians crave the adoration of people that they've never met in their life makes them a sicko. Well, sure, there's something to be said about the ego, but you're the most watched cable news anchor in the entire country. You have a $35 million a year salary. You have a net worth of $420 million. You're the heir to a large fortune. And yet you pose as though you're a man of the working people when you're always side with Republicans who are objectively against the working class.
no, they're weird. I mean, seriously. You live to have people you've never met before scream your name? What kind of sicko are you? If you crave the adulation of strangers, you're emotionally damaged, beyond repair.
I'm an independent. I'm not a Democrat, but the Democratic Party objectively is in favor of more policies to help the working class. And you're a Republican because you like the politicians who help you stay rich just for the sake of you being rich.
But if you're the Republican National Committee and you're handing out contracts to consultants to the tune of millions of dollars, you don't actually do anything, but you're doing it because they're your friends, which is happening and has always happened. And you're bombing around on private planes with the money that like sweet, terrified Republican voters have sent to you from the middle of the country. And you're catering things and buying Lululemon workout gear with political contributions. And you're losing elections? No.
But as we know, that's what Tucker Carlson does, and he does it well. He points out legitimate issues within the economy. He points out, like when, he was talking about how she was using contributions to buy Lululemon. Obviously there are politicians who misuse political campaign contributions all the time. But again, for him to say stuff like that, but then he just is always riding so hard for Donald Trump until it's not convenient anymore. When was the last time he wasn't riding for anybody that was in support of the political party, including Kanye? Kanye West Ye West being somebody who clearly does not know what he's talking about. He's going through a very difficult time right now mentally. He's needs to be sat down, at least kept away from cameras, and you got him on an interview. Why? Because he's siding with the Republican Party. So again, it's nonsense for you to pretend like, oh, I just don't like politicians. Like, yes, you do. You're a Republican shill.
If you win elections, well, we can talk about it. If you're losing, get out. We cannot reward incompetence. Let me just add,
Now, we're going to see what Tucker Carlson does in this 2024 presidential election. Whoever the Republican nominee is, obviously he's going to support him. He's going to wait to see which direction to go in, if he's going to really fall hard behind Ron DeSantis, or when the right time to fall hard behind Ron DeSantis is. And like I said before, we can't yet count out Donald Trump. I mean, is he looking really bad? Sure, but let's give it a little bit more time and see what he really can do against Ron DeSantis, or rather what Ron DeSantis really can do against him. Things are looking well. He has a great future, but is he really going to throw those haymakers and those punches? Is he really going to take Trump to task and be like, bro, you're a loser. You lose, 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 lose. You got all these cases against you. You're literally stealing money from people. All of those things being legitimate. So let's give it a little more time and see how things really play out. But this is just, it's always funny to watch Tucker Carlson pretend like he understands the woes of the working man and